Great morning. You guys come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Y'all come on in. Where y'all at? Great morning. I know, listen, my time is off. Um, y'all know I switched time zones, and so my time is off and my body is recovering, okay, from that 12-hour drive. So I apologize for my time delay with y'all. Listen, I'm still trying to get my bearings with this time. Great morning, great morning. Let me know who's here and where you're tuning in from. Who's here and where are you tuning in from? Come on, y'all. Let me know. Who's here and where are you tuning in from? Great morning, y'all. Listen, there y'all are. I see y'all. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all, God is doing something with this wealth thing, right? And this morning he said, talk about it, okay? Great morning, Tandria. How are you, gorgeous? Good to see you. Hey, Jackie. Great morning. So y'all listen. Good morning, Ashley. Ashley, hopefully I'll get to see you. I'm in Bowling Green, so hopefully I'll get to see you while I'm in the area. I'll be in the Ville later on today. Well, this morning I'll be in the Ville. I got to get back this afternoon, go see my grandson play football. My baby play football. Hey, Marquenta. Girl, you know I'm not far from you. I'm in the area again. Great morning. Y'all do me a favor. Go ahead and share. Go on and share. Good morning, cousin. How are you, girl? It was so good to see you yesterday. Y'all listen. Y'all know, y'all have that. You always have that family member that is like the one to make everybody laugh. Y'all know that's me, right? So yesterday we're at the funeral, and it's really serious and somber and everything. But I was talking to my aunt. It was her granddaughter that passed, and I was telling her, she was saying it's so hard, and I said, I know, auntie. And then I said, but you so fine, just so fine. Why you gotta be so fine? And she started laughing. So my thing all day yesterday was I was telling everybody how fine we are. We just fine. We are just a fine family. We fine for no reason. Fine, right? I told my nieces, I said, yeah, I'm that fine auntie. And they started laughing. But it was so funny because Kim said on one of the pictures, and it wasn't my nieces that I was with, it was actually Sheeta and my little cousin. Those are my cousins. But they kind of like my nieces. He said, Dr. V, you giving us fine auntie vibes. I said, see, I tried to tell them I'm the fine auntie. What? But I wanted to lighten, death can be very heavy. And one of the things that I was determined of was that I wanted to celebrate Tyra's contribution to the world. And I just, listen, I just, I love my family, and I love getting the opportunity to spend a little more time with my family. So this is a different season of my life. And so I'm intentionally spending time with my family. And God does things on purpose, for purpose, with purpose. God does things on purpose, for purpose, with purpose. And I believe that even this trip is that. So I'm excited about what God is doing. I know he does, girl. We gonna make it happen while I'm in the area. We gonna make it happen. Okay, y'all, let's talk about this wealth thing. Yesterday, I told you guys that God said, look again, right? You looked, you didn't see anything. You looked again, you saw a little something. That's what it looked like to you, a little something. In the text and in the scriptures, it talks about the prophet telling the man to go and look, right? And he sent his servant, and the servant said, I don't see it. I said, came back, and he said, go look again. And the servant said, I see a cloud the size of a man's fist, right? And the next thing he says, well, you need to go, this is what's getting ready to happen. And all of a sudden they start on the way, and the heavens open up and rain pours down. Now, there had not been rain had been stopped, it had been held up. But I was telling people, God said, look again, because there is abundance getting ready to be released to you, right? And not just look again. The cloud was the sign, But when he listened, he heard the sound of the abundance of rain. He didn't see any rain. He didn't smell any rain in the air, but he heard the sound of the abundance of rain in connection with the cloud. Come on, y'all. So look, this is what I'm telling you. Last night, hold on, let me put it on Do Not Disturb. Last night, I got a phone call about 11 o'clock. Somebody was telling me, Dr. V, how about I hit the lottery yesterday and won $600? Didn't I tell y'all that some people were going to get a release within 24 hours? I said, for some of you, you're going to get a release within 24 hours. There's going to be a financial release within 24 hours. Apparently, he was a 24-hour person. But others of you, you're going to see it this week. Like money is going to be released to you. Doors are going to be open for you. Things are going to happen for you this week. Well, listen, y'all, let me tell y'all what I did not think about, right? Let me tell you what I didn't think about. This is in, I'm going to tell y'all, so y'all understand how God works. This is Sukkot. Sukkot is the season, it's the Feast of Booths or Feast of Tabernacles. Like it celebrates harvest, right? This is on the Jewish calendar. Listen to me. On the Jewish calendar, the Feast of Booths is the time where you celebrate harvest. Harvest represents what? Abundance. Y'all listen to me. I'm telling y'all what I know to be true. See, even though it wasn't clicking for me, and it started October 9th, right? It was October 9th, or I think October 15th or 16th. So now listen, even though it wasn't on the forefront of my mind, God's word does not lie, and his timing is his timing, and his season is his season. And when you understand the timing and the seasons of God, you can plug in and understand what you need to be doing when. This is the time for you to really focus on doors opening, opportunities, wealth building, creative ways of drawing in money to you. I didn't say grinding for money, but drawing in money to you. Look, this is that time. This is the season for that. You all need to understand that investments now are going to result in a great harvest. There's going to be even greater abundance as a result of investments. When? Now, okay? Sheila said, good morning. Good morning, Sheila. She said, I received that blessed word. It is definitely needed in this moment for me. I'm going to continue to trust God. Absolutely. And then look, so check it out. This morning, God said, I want you to talk to them about wealth. I was like, okay, God, what you want me to talk to them about wealth? He said, the wealth of the wicked. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all mad because these people that don't live right according to your standards and don't do this and don't love God and all of this are getting all this money. Do you understand that they're getting money and wealth because they apply the principles and the spiritual laws that God gave us? And here we are, the Christians, the believers, the lovers of God. Listen, we are fire baptized, Holy Ghost filled, tongue speaking, broke. What? Let me tell y'all, until we recognize who we are in the kingdom, until we recognize what God's laws mean, until we really understand who God has created us to be, we will forever be the ones looking at other people prospering while we stay broke, while we stay in struggle, while we experience lack. What the what? What the what? The word of God says clearly that the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just. The wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteous. The wealth of the wicked is laid up for the children of the Most High. The wealth of the wicked is laid up. I don't care if wicked people prosper. Prosper, baby, prosper. Why? Because that wealth is being laid up, stored up for me. No, now, they do their part. And what's my part? Listening to the voice of God, heeding the commands of God, doing what God tells me to do, listening to how God says to move as it relates to wealth. We can't keep wealth because we're broke in our mind. We're broke in our mind. We're broke in our mind before we're ever broke in our pocket. We're broke in our mind. We're poor in our mind. We got a poverty mindset. We don't believe that we're supposed to have wealth. We don't believe that it can happen for us. We don't believe that we can start a business. We don't believe that, and let somebody do it. Oh, people look at them like they crazy. No, them the people I like because they believe God enough to do something outside of the box. You will never get wealthy on a job with a salary. I'm going to say that one more time for the people in the back. You will never get wealthy. I'm not going to say you won't have money. I won't say that you won't prosper, but you'll never get wealthy. Wealthy people's wealth doesn't come from a job. Their job is their seed money. Their seed money is used to grow their wealth. They grow their wealth through investing. They grow their wealth through taking risk. They grow their wealth through building businesses. They grow their wealth through multiple streams of income. That's how wealthy people get wealthy. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, I should say back at the church, we're looking at wealth being built by others and questioning and wondering and saying, well, you know, that ain't real. That can't pop. That can't happen. That can't be real. That's why we broke. That's why we don't have the wealth that we desire. And for those of you that say, I don't desire wealth, I'm going to tell you what Jesus, my Lord and Savior, said. He said that I come that you might have life and life more abundantly. More abundant life. Not just enough to get by, not just enough to survive, not just enough to pay your bills. He said he came that we might have life and life more abundant. So when we fail to tap in to our kingdom identity, when we fail to tap in to kingdom wealth building, when we fail to tap in, we're making Jesus' words of no effect. We just want to live life. He said he came that we might have life and life more abundant. And I'm not just talking about wealth in terms of finances. See, when you understand that you were created to experience wealth and abundance in every area of your life, in your relationships, and love and joy and peace, listen, as well as finances, health, we were created. Y'all, I'm looking a little thin. Am I looking thin to y'all? I'm looking a little thin today. What you doing? What? Look, am I looking thin to y'all? Do I look like I done lost some weight? I'm just looking, y'all. I look like, and I haven't worked out for a while, so you know I gotta. But I'm looking like what? Wealth and health, okay. Um, and y'all listen. Sunday, I did like a 12-hour drive. I didn't drive all of the way. I didn't drive like 3 of the hours, okay? I didn't drive 3 of the hours, but I drove the rest, right? 12-hour drive. And I was able to get up yesterday, go to the funeral, like get through the day, which is, you know, that's a taxing thing to get through. But I was able to go through, I was able to do all of that and have energy. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. We got to have wealth in our health as well. When you understand what God has created us to do, which is what? Exercise dominion, not dominion over people, but dominion over ourselves. We were called to be the CEOs of our lives. You know, like we're called to build abundance. Like we're called to wealth. We're called to wealth. How many of you on here has ever been prophesied that you're a millionaire? If you've been prophesied that you're a millionaire, I see you with millions. I see you with this. I see you with that. If you've been prophesied that you're a millionaire, put me or put million in the comments. Put million in the comments. If you've ever gotten that word that you were supposed to be wealthy, that you were supposed to have millions, put that in the comments. I want to see who's on here because I want to make sure I'm talking to the right people. Put it in the comments. If wealth has been prophesied to you, 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 listen, y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all. Good morning, woman of God. How are you? Yes, Tandria. Yes. Hey, Annette, how are you, beautiful? Yes, Marquenta. Yes. Come on, woman of God. Yes, Ashley. Yes, Lakita. Come on, y'all. So listen. Yes, Corey. So listen. If that is the case, do you think God would allow that word to come forth without providing vehicles for you to access that which he has promised you? Come on, y'all. Y'all think God is like people, he just talking just to talk? Y'all think God will allow a word to be spoken over you that is not designed to come to pass? No, the word of God declares clearly that, listen, his word will not return void, but it shall accomplish everything that it is sent for to accomplish. That means even your millions, your wealth, your health, all of that. God's word will produce it if you can open up your mind to receive it. Our problem is this: we've been too busy surviving. I just want to survive. I just want to survive to be able to thrive. See, this is why I do what I do. This is why I say what I say. Listen, for those who understand your kingdom identity, you know there are things that we are called to, and we are called to wealth. All right. I didn't say get back. No, we ain't called to get back. No, we're called to wealth. But do you know what happens? Many times the people who understand how to tap into wealth don't share. And when they do share, the people who have a poverty mentality believe that it's a trick, it's a scheme, it's somebody trying to get over on them. I don't believe it. Is it gonna last? Listen, let me tell y'all something about us as people. Baby, we'll drop our money in the bank in a minute. Drop our money in the bank in a minute. Hear me? Might put it in a savings account that gets less than 1% or a little over 1% interest a year, per year. Meanwhile, what are the banks doing? Every night at a certain time of the night for a few hours, you can't touch your money. I don't care how much money you got in the bank, you can't go get that money. You can't move that money. When you look at it online, it says the system is shut down for maintenance. What they should say is the system is shut down for us to be making money off your money by trading it on the Forex market. That's what it should say, because that's exactly what they do. But if someone talks to you about Forex, you're like, I don't know nothing about that. What a bank know about it, where you put your money. And they making money off your money and then giving you your money back with nothing in return. Oh, they just using your money. That's it. They just using your money. They're just using your money to fund other people. They're just using your money to do all this. They just using your money. Then they give you your little money back after they done made money off your money. Sound like pimping to me. Oh, they pimping your money. Meanwhile, you sitting up struggling, trying to figure out how to get out of the hole. You're not going to get out of the hole doing the same thing that you've been doing. You're not going to get out of the hole working that job. You're not going to get out of the hole just with overtime. You're not going to get out of the hole just with trying to put some money under your mattress. You're not going to get out of the hole with just putting your money in a CD that's going to give you some return and some interest, but it ain't giving you enough to make it make a real big impact. No, that's not how you get out of the hole. I'm going to tell y'all how to get out of the hole, and I promise you this, some of y'all are still not going to believe it. You won't believe it. Why won't you believe it? Because your mind can't conceive it. You're too busy being in survival mode. You've been surviving for so long, you don't know what it looks like to thrive. You've been surviving for so long that the thought of prosperity in your life, baby, you're like, oh, no, that's not for me. You have been around so many people with the poverty mentality that even if you once believed, they've snuffed the belief out of you, because all you see is struggle. All you see is get through, get by. That's all you see. So listen, now your mind is like, well, I guess that's not for me. I guess that's for the other people. I guess that I know that happened for somebody else. At least they said it did, but it can't happen for me. Y'all, listen, let me tell y'all something. There are things that exist. And when people try to tell you about it, you ain't gonna believe it. So listen, I'm gonna tell y'all about something. Y'all might not believe it. I don't care if y'all believe it or not, but I'm gonna tell you, God ain't gonna say I didn't tell you, okay? So listen, I was talking about how the bank trades your money, right? You just put your money in the bank and they trade it, okay? And they just give you your money back. That's all they give you every day. Is that what I said? Every day, the bank takes your money, trades it, and then puts your money back. Every day. Did y'all hear me? Every day, the bank takes the money in your account, trades it on the foreign exchange market or the crypto market, then puts your money back and they take their profit daily. So their money is growing daily while yours is sitting there. So I found a company. A sister of mine introduced me to it, where you can get anywhere from 2 to 3% interest, compound interest. Compound interest is different from interest. It like compounds, right? Weekly. 2 to 3% weekly off your money. Now, listen, I know y'all saying, well, the banks don't do that a year, and they don't do that a year. So this is my question. Why is all your money sitting in the bank where you're not getting that level of return? Why is all your money sitting in a 401k that you can't touch? And if you touch it, you get a penalty, but it's not growing for you at that kind of rate? Listen, y'all, we need to ask some questions. You want to know how the rich get richer? How the wealthy get wealthier? Because they invest their money. They literally have people that trade their money for them, growing their money while all they do is sit back and reap the returns. We don't understand the Forex market. We say, oh, it could collapse. No, the stock market collapses. The Forex market, the foreign exchange market, has never in history had a collapse. It's never broken down. And it is a $6.6 trillion a day industry, the most liquid financial market in the world, where you can literally get access to your money. You still have access to your money without penalty. Y'all, do y'all understand what I'm telling you? Do you understand that you could be getting up to 3 or more percent interest, compound interest on your money weekly? Do you know what that looks like? I know it doesn't seem like a big deal, right? On $100, you get like $3 and something a week, but then you add it up. And then before you know it, hey, it's added up, it's compounded, it's grown. On $1,000, you get $30 a week, but it keeps compounding, right? So it means it keeps growing. I just was talking to somebody. We were talking about like a $5,000 investment. If I put $5,000 in and I kept it in and I kept it in for 12 months, what would that $5,000 be? I don't have the calculator in front of me because I would tell y'all, but it was some astronomical number. And it was like, there's no way. $10,000, 12 months. I think the interest ended up being about 25,000, somewhere between 20 and 25,000 added to the 10,000 over a 12-month period of time. Now, everybody can't put 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, $50,000 in. But let me tell you what's been happening for the people that did that, baby. Like, they're literally watching their money explode. But everybody should be able to start. And you can start with as little as $125 and start allowing your money to grow and to gain compound interest. You all listen, it is time for you to build for the future. It is time for you to set yourself up for what God has for you. And you cannot do it doing the same thing that you've always done. You have to understand that all of this money floating through this 6.6 trillion. Did I say trillion? Y'all heard what I said? See, that's why the Forex market and the stock market, they don't even compare, because the stock market is billions, but the Forex market is trillions. Money just flowing. It's like a ever-going river. Money just flowing, but we ain't in the river, so we can't access it. We can't tap into it. You don't have to know trading. You don't have to understand trading. They've got professionals that do that. But what you do have to understand is that unless you do something different, you're not going to be able to tap in. And you don't even have to trade the money. Baby, they trade the money for you. We're the people on here that have been having their money traded, and they've been getting that about 3% compound interest weekly. Where y'all at? Y'all let them know that it works. Let them know that the math's math, the numbers number. Listen, I hadn't introduced it to everybody. I hadn't talked about it a lot because, I know how people are. I know people are skeptical. I know people don't believe. I said, okay, well, let me just introduce it to some people that I love, that I know will hear my voice, right? Will hear my voice and they'll understand. Listen, I'm telling y'all, look, it's time for us to build wealth this way. We got to start building wealth this way, right? Yeah, we're going to talk about some other ways, but this way we got to tap into. Literally, they tapped in and they're seeing their money growing. So what did they do? They started putting more money in. You can start with 125 and then add money in to grow it. Y'all, your money ought to be working for you instead of you working for your money. If you're going to work for your money and use your money in order to invest it. And they said, I'm already in it. It's real and it works. Absolutely. Absolutely. People understand. When you understand that this money is flowing and you can tap in, and you don't have to have a lot of money to start, but you got to start to have money. Corey said, I add money every week. Do you hear me? It's not about how you start. It's about what you do. Come on, y'all. When are we going to get serious about wealth? And I'm not talking about wealth just for the sake of wealth. I'm not talking about that. We want to do kingdom work. Kingdom work requires kingdom resources. Kingdom work requires kingdom resources. You want somebody to show up to preach to you. You want the church doors to be open. You want to have access to people and knowledge and experiences, but you don't want to talk about money. What are you talking about? Money is required to do the work of the kingdom. Money is required to do it. Listen, let me tell y'all, when I look at my life and I look at all the things that God has allowed me to learn and to experience and to know for myself so that I would know for myself, right? And yet he's always given me a heart to take it back to the people who normally would not know, who normally would not hear. Why? No one would say it to them, right? Because they're viewed as not really having anything. Listen, those are the people I want to help. Yo, so when y'all see my prices on my classes being low, it's not because it's not worth more. Because I'll get there. I'm gonna charge more. But it's because my heart is to help the people of God who don't know and don't have a lot starting. I remember what it was like being in that place where I wanted to change my financial situation, where I wanted to change my life. I wanted some more knowledge for business and for personal development, but I didn't have enough to tap into a program that I felt like could really help me. So I make it affordable. But do you know what I've discovered? Do you know what I've discovered? In making it affordable, people think that it has no value. Don't get it twisted. I know my value. I know my worth. I simply have a heart for God's people. But when you see these coaches and stuff say they've stopped working with this group of people or that group of people, I'm going to tell you why. Broke people are some of the hardest people to help. I said what I said. Broke people, and I'm not talking about broken spiritually and emotionally. Well, they are that too. But broke people, people with no money, are the hardest people to help because they think everything is a scheme and a scam. Somebody trying to take something for them. First of all, I'm not trying to be mean or nasty. But why I want to take your $100? If I'm gonna take something, I'm gonna take something that's more than $100. What in the world? You don't even see the value in an opportunity because you're afraid that you're going to lose $100, but you blew $100 on some hair, a purse, some shoes, going to a game, going to the bar, going to the club, going to a restaurant. You blew $100, blew it never to see it again in life. Okay. It's already in the toilet. You done flushed it. You done wore it. Listen, and then when you got to wearing it, you threw it away. Listen, that purse, it went out of style, out of fashion. You put it in the closet. Those shoes, you broke the heel and didn't even get the heel fixed. Listen to me. We've got to do something different, but we can't even see a way to do something different because we're in our survival brain. Remember, I've been talking to y'all about our brain. We've been talking about the hemispheres of the brain, right? So there's the reptilian brain, that is your survival brain, your animalistic brain, that is the part of your brain that is designed to help you survive. And then there's the thriving part of your brain. That is the part of your brain that is problem solving. It is creative. It sees beyond the natural eye and what the natural eye sees. It sees beyond that so that it can help you to figure things out. It's like taking the pill that the guy took in Limitless. When he took that pill and all of a sudden, he's looking around and he sees things differently. And he's able to see strategies in a situation that looks like there's no way out. And for many of you, that's where you are in your life right now. You're in a place where you feel like there's no way out. But I'm telling you, there are ways out. There's not a way out. There are ways out, but you just can't see them because you haven't tapped into that part of your brain. You've only tapped into the part of your brain where it's just like survival, survival, survival. I got to pay this bill. I got to pay this bill. I got to pay this bill. Oh, I got some more bills coming. I got to pay this bill. Well, the thriving brain is looking at it and says, okay, I can pay this bill and this bill is paid one time. Or I can invest this money and watch my money grow and use the money from the investment to take care of some other stuff. Y'all, listen, we've got to get creative, and you cannot get creative simply doing what you've always done. And I'm not telling y'all just don't pay your bills. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying there are times in your life when you have to make a decision to do something different so that you'll be able to do something different. My goal is for everyone to get to the point where you don't worry about your bills. Like your bills are an automatic. Like that's automatically taken care of. You got money being produced that'll take care of that while you don't even touch the principal. You just living off the interest. See, that's a foreign concept. We're so used to living off the money we work for. The thought of living off the interest of money, you ain't even touching the money. You're just touching the interest that's being built off the money. We've got to get our mind in a position where this side of our brain is working more. I think it's funny and I think it's ironic because we got to clear this side of our mind so that we can use it, right? That's the side that's shaved. This side is, I need hair to protect my head. But this side is, let's get creative. Let's get creative. Let's do something different. Let's take a journey on the wild side. That's not so wild, but it looks wild to the people around you because they're not accustomed to it. We get stuck doing what we've always done, getting what we've always gotten, when God desires more for us. And if you don't want your more, baby, send it to me. I'll take your more. You ain't got it. I'll take your more. You don't want what God set up for you. I'll take it. Because what I know is what God has called me to. He has called me to wealth, to produce wealth in others. So when people would tell me everywhere I go, when I get a prophetic word, I see money all around you. I see wealth all around you. Not only are you a millionaire, but you were created to create millionaires. And that's my goal. My goal is to tap into my soul's purpose, my life purpose so much that I help other people tap into theirs so that they can tap into the wealth that God has set up for them, laid up for them. So yes, I want wicked people to make all the money they want to make it. Because I know it's being laid up for me. I know that it's designed to come to me and me not have to work for it. Did y'all hear what I said? Me not have to work for it, but it was laid up for me to come to me. So when we talk about this divine wealth transfer, and God has been talking to me about this divine wealth transfer since 2010. He said, there's a divine wealth transfer coming, but you got to have an account. I'm like, oh, what? Like, I'm thinking he's talking about a bank account. I didn't understand what he was talking about. No. You got to have an account where the money can come. You got to have an account set up and established where your funds can be traded and the money can come in and you can be able to grow your money with compound interest weekly, not annually. APY is annual percentage yield, right? That's your annual interest, right? But we're talking about weekly money. Weekly money? You're going to give me money off the money that I got in here weekly. Yes. Corey said loan money to family and friends and never got it back. Bam, right there. She was at Jesus. Yeah. Say it again for the people in the back. I'm saying it again for the people in the back. You can put your money, invest your money in an account where your money is traded. You don't trade it. It's traded for you. And you get anywhere from 2 to 3% interest weekly. Every Friday, we log into our account to see what our money is made. And then we roll it back in so that it can compound weekly. April said, amen. It works. Listen, I'm telling you, my crew, and I always start with my crew. When I'm doing something, I start with my crew. Because who am I if I'm going to give the opportunity to other people before I give it to the people that I know, love, trust, and who've got me? So I always start with my crew. Like I always start with my crew. I want to make sure that they get an opportunity. I'm going to give them the opportunity. Now, whether they take it or not is up to them. But because, let me tell y'all something. Because we've all been in this process of tapping into our thriving mind, this side, they're able to see more clearly what could have been blocked or blurry before. Healing does wonders. Healing allows you to come out of the things that normally hold you hostage. When you understand what your self-sabotaging behaviors are, you can recognize when you're sabotaging yourself. And that's what we often do as it pertains to money, finances, resources, opportunities. We're afraid to take a risk. Well, one thing about me, for sure and for certain, I've always been a risk taker. I've always been a risk taker. Like if I'm going to lose some money, I'm going to lose some money doing something that is designed to get me out of a stuck place, to get me to that place of destiny. Because what I know is it's not a loss. Any money that I've invested in any business that I've ever done, even if it didn't yield what I thought it was going to yield. Huh? Listen, even if it didn't yield what I thought it was going to yield, I consider it as an investment into my development, my personal development. See, sometimes you got to do something that doesn't work to find something that does work. And I found some things that do work. And now that I found some things that do work, I'm sharing them with you. Why? The wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just. So if you want to know more about how you can tap into this weekly money, listen to me, this weekly money, if you want to know more about how you can tap into this weekly money, put weekly in the comments, and I'll reach out to you and I'll share a video. You can check out the video. You can decide if it's for you, great. I'll help you get started. If it's not for you, it's okay. I'm not offended, y'all. I don't have time to be offended because what ain't for you is for somebody else. Baby, listen, I'm just here to tell you, I am not trying to force you, manipulate you into doing something that you don't want to do. I don't have time for that. I'm looking for people that want to grow their money, want to create wealth, want to, like, you understand that you were created for wealth. You understand that this is something that you're supposed to do. I'm telling you, that's who I'm reaching out to. Listen, because if I can get those people help, then they can share the message. I just want the message spread. I want us to be able to walk in the wealth that God has called us to. That's what I want. That's what I want. Now, let me tell you what's funny. You know, you always want to start with your family. You always want to start with your family. But let me tell you, my family's like, I don't want to do not another thing. Not all of them, but I don't want to do not another thing. Okay, y'all, I get it. I did some things that didn't work. I did, but I did something. See, one thing no one will ever be able to say about Dr. V is that Dr. V didn't do anything. I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something. When God say do, I'm going to do. Because if God tells me to do something, there's a reason that he's telling me to do it, even if I don't understand it. If I don't understand why I'm doing something, it can be for connections, because I'm connected to a lot of people because I did something that looked like it didn't work, but it created connections that I'm still connected to today. So did it work? Maybe it did just what it was supposed to do. Maybe it did what it was supposed to do. Maybe it did what it... Listen, I remember being in a company, and I didn't make no money for real in that company. But I remember being in a company, and being in the company afforded me the opportunity to be on a regional stage in a company where I didn't have a major rank. So people all over the DMV area know me because I was on that stage. All I did was join a company and be me, allow my gifts to show up and my gifts to shine. I'm on a whole regional stage in a company without a major rank. Like, I think I hit the first rank. That was it. That's unheard of. But when the word of God says that your gifts will make room for you, that's what happened. My gifts made room for me. And people knew me and knew my name and connected to me. And they were like, oh my God, you were so amazing. See, sometimes what you do is for a reason other than what you think, right? But this is what I know about this. This is making money. I got y'all. Yes. And see, Corey is one of my major skeptics. Corey is going to look for the information. Corey is very much a green. She's going to do the research. She's going to do all of that. That's how Corey's wired, right? And normally I don't really fool with greens. Greens be too much work, right? Because you got to explain everything. They want to know everything. But Corey is the one that's going to always do the research. She's going to do the research. She's going to make sure it's what it says. She's going to do that. She's going to look for everything. So I know this is why God put Corey in my life, because Corey going to do the research and I'm not going to do, because I'm not doing it. But Corey will do it. Now, I'm going to do my basic research, but I'm not going to do all the deep dive. I'm not going to do that. But Corey's on my team because that's what she does, right? And so God knows who to connect with who. April said, I've made money weekly. And I'm telling y'all, we'd be happy to find money to put in there. I'm talking about happy. I'm telling y'all, I can't wait till I get to where I want to be, right? Where I want to be. Because when you get to when I get to where I want to be, then I'm going to be getting like 3,000 in interest weekly. That's what I want. 3,000 in interest. I want enough to pay all my bills and to live off of weekly. That's what I want. See, because if I get that, if I can do that, then I don't have to worry about money. The money is being produced off the money that I've invested, not the money that I'm laboring for. So we're laboring to pay bills. I don't want to labor to pay bills. I don't want to do that. I want to be able to use my money to invest so that my investment produces the return that'll pay the bills. That's what I want. Y'all, when I tell y'all, This is how we're moving. This is how we're tapping into wealth. This is how we're getting there. Now, I'm going to talk about the next thing. And I saw those of you that put weekly, and I'll get with you guys today. I'll send you guys that information. Yeah, thank you, Marquenda. Thank you, Annette. Yes, thank you, Anthony. Hey, boo, hey. Yes, Erin. Erin's one of my children. She done been in just about every business. Well, in the earlier parts of my business. She was in the different businesses. She would sign up because mama said sign up. She would believe because mama said believe, honey. She like, my mama. My mama gonna always have a hustle. She gonna have something that she's doing. And she's absolutely right. But it's because I see I'm a forward, because I'm a prophet, I see, and I'm ahead of my time. I'm always ahead of my time. And so sometimes it takes time for time to catch up with what I've already seen. So there are things that I've seen that I got to wait for people to catch up with because they're not there yet. Okay. So I already saw, listen to me, I already saw students in school learning on online platforms. I already saw that. I saw that at the elementary, middle, and high school level. I already saw it. So when I started my school, I implemented that. So I just didn't have teachers, like they had their classes that they did online, and they had teachers online who would comment on their work. Listen, so let me tell you, when the pandemic happened and schools shut down, it wasn't foreign to any student who had ever been in my school, not just the ones that were currently in it, but to the ones that had not, who had been in my school and left. They were familiar with online learning because they had been in my school. Because I'm ahead of my time, always ahead of my time, always have been ahead of my time. You know, it is the wisdom and the vision that God gives me. So I'm telling y'all, God is positioning us for something different. He's positioning us for something different. Whether or not we do it or not, it's a different story. Corey said, I've been putting my pizza and wings money in there. Bam. You want to, and I'm not the person to tell people when it comes to changing their financial situation. So let me just say this. I'm not a stop doing the things that you enjoy person when it comes to money and wealth building. That's not me. I'm not wired like that. If you tell me I can't do something, then that's going to stress me out. I'm going to want to do it more, right? So I want to live my life and live my life fully, you know, and enjoy it, not just live it, just enjoy it, right? So I'm not going to not eat out at all. I'm not going to do that, right? But I may take some of that money, put it away, right? I may make some movements and some adjustments on some things in order to be able to do what it is that I want to do. But I'm not going to cut everything out because I can't do that. Even when you see me losing weight, you also see me eating. Y'all see me eating? Do y'all see me eating? Do y'all see pictures of food on my social media? Am I always at somebody's restaurant? Listen, because I think food is like a love language for me, right? Taking time to sit down and eat with people, to be with people, because we know everybody's going to eat. So it is a time and a way for me to do two things at one time. Spend time with someone that I want to spend time with and meet a daily function that I've got to do, eat. When you begin to make your life work for you, that's why everything I do, it works in my life. It's not separate and apart. It's not something different. Like I put it together. My life works together. Anything that's going to require me to not allow it to be a part of my life, it won't work, right? So I'm never just compartmentalizing things. Everything in my life is about putting it together, bringing it together, making it make sense, taking a holistic approach to life. So what I'm sharing with you is just a part of my life. It's something that I'm doing, and I'm sharing with people that I know and I like and I love and I trust. Like, that's what I'm doing. All I'm doing is sharing what I'm doing. So anything I do, I'm sharing with you what I'm doing. I'm living my life out loud. It doesn't take any extra effort for me. I'm just doing what I do in my daily life. Just like earlier, when I was drinking my power cocktail and I showed y'all I was like, giving me energy, healing my body, restoring my bodily functions to the way they're supposed to be. Anything that I do, it's got to work together in my life, period. Our relationship, it got to fit in my life. I got to fit in my life. If it doesn't fit in my life, it's not going to work for me. If it's got to be something separate and apart from my life as I live it, it's a problem for me. It's not going to work. So when I looked in the camera and I said, oh, I'm looking a little slim. I'm looking like I lost a little weight. I know that, I've got energy. I know I've got clarity and focus and all of those things. I know that me with my trouble going to the bathroom, self is going to the bath. Like, I'm like, okay, we working. I've lost weight. I feel good. I look good. My skin, y'all, this is my woke up this morning skin. This is my woke up. I just woke up. I woke up like this. Now it might be some leftover makeup still on there, but this is my woke up this morning skin. You all, you've got to do things that work for you. And I do it with vision. I do it with vision. There's a reason that I do everything that I do. Even down to using these products. There's a reason that I use these. I can use any product and lose weight. Any product. People who have followed me for any period of time will tell you Dr. V will find a product that'll cause her to lose some weight. But that's she gonna do. She gonna find some good products. Because if I'm gonna use it, I'm gonna make some money off of it. I'm not gonna use it and advertise it for free. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna make some money off of it. This one is forward thinking. This one is forward thinking because I see some things that are coming. I see some things that are coming. Not just the product, that the product is good, but the business opportunity. I see some things with the business opportunity. And I see them and I recognize them for what they are. An opportunity. An opportunity for me to take care of my body and make money and position myself for international travel, for international impact. Because that's what I'm going for, international impact. So because I know that, that's why I partnered with this company. It's international. And I'm not saying that other companies aren't, but y'all, listen, this is what I'm going to tell y'all. And I want y'all to hear me. There's international money waiting on you. Money that's overseas in countries you've never stepped foot in. From people that speak languages that you don't know. That's what we got to understand. And that's what we got to get. So listen, in order to do that, though, you got to tap into what? Your thriving mind. And that's why this week I'm doing the No More Sabotage classes. See, listen, if you've had a history of sabotaging yourself, if you've had a history of getting in your own way, if you've had a history where you get this close and then you can't quite break through, then you definitely need these classes. Listen, I'm telling you, after the first class, now I've got people on here who took the first class. After the first class, people began to see things and patterns in their life that they didn't realize was self-sabotage. They didn't realize that that's what it was. They didn't realize it was their saboteurs. They didn't realize that their saboteurs were stopping them from breaking through to the promises of God. They didn't realize it until after they took the class. Then they were able to recognize the saboteurs, stop the saboteurs, and begin to think differently. That's right. Tap in over here. Tap in over here, right? So Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central, and 4 p.m. Pacific Time, I'm doing No More Sabotage Part 1, which identifies your saboteurs and helps you to learn how to stop them and tap into some solutions, right? That's Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, I'm doing part 2 of No More Sabotage, which is moving from surviving to thriving. So in part 1, you learn how to tap into some thriving techniques, right? How to begin to be creative. But part 2 is all about moving from that survival mind to that thriving mind and enhancing your thriving mind by using it. You know, you got to grow those muscles. You got to work those muscles in order for them to see. This is why I can look at certain things and see strategies. Some of it is natural. It's just automatic. But the other part of it is that when I look at things, I tend to look for a solution. A good friend of mine, Coach E, says, in every problem, the solution is in the problem. The solution is in the problem. The problem came to give you the solution. Listen, I say that when God wants to give you a gift, he has to send a vehicle. The vehicle is often represented as a challenge, as a trial, as a tribulation, but it's all designed to give you at least one gift, but normally it's gifts, plural, depending on where your mind is, determines how many of the gifts that you see at that moment. Sometimes we don't see the gifts until later. Corey said that class was a game changer for me. Can't wait to take part 2. And you know how I know it was a game changer for Corey? Let me tell y'all something. Corey, I'm going to talk about you for just a minute, girl, but you know I love you. So Corey didn't realize that there would be times when it dealt with certain things that she would be negative. Like she would be negative, right? And she would be stuck in that negative, trying to come out, vacillating between, but not all the way out. Now, the Corey that we see now is the Corey that's able to recognize the saboteurs, right? She's able to recognize the saboteurs, and she's able to shift that because she understands she controls it. For many of you, you may have said, well, this is just who I am. This is how I am. It's not. It's not just who you are. It's not just how you are. It's not. It is the survival techniques that you developed in childhood. And they helped you to survive in childhood. But now it's time for you to do more than survive. Now it's time for you to thrive, and they're stopping you. They're interfering with your ability to do that. Corey said, tell it, the truth makes you free. See, listen, now I'm gonna tell y'all something. For someone who may not have taken the class, they may have felt like, oh, I know she ain't talking about me. I know she ain't talking about why she want to put me on blast like that. See, because you're in that survival mind. Now you feel like you're not going to be accepted by people because someone has said where you were. Listen, we got to understand that when we really get what God is doing in our life, we get that the kingdom citizens that we are designed for certain things, having life and life more abundant, then we can move differently. See, she knows there's no reason for offense because she knows I love her. She knows there's no reason for offense. She knows it's not shade. See, when you are in your survival brain, you always waiting for the shade. You waiting for the other shoe to drop. You waiting for somebody to see. That's why I don't fool with people. That's why I don't let people know my bit. Like, it's always there working, that judge. You feel like people are going to judge you. But the thriving mind understands that, listen, if I know the truth and you're speaking the truth, that makes me free. And it can help set somebody else free who may have been in the position that I was in. April said, the class made me recognize those saboteurs in my life every time they come up and shoot them down. Y'all know this is called the prophetic drive-by. Baby, I'm trying to teach y'all how to do drive-bys. People, I remember when I started the class, people were like, well, why would you use a gun? Why would you say a drive-by? That's a negative thing. Listen, what I understood was I come to shoot some stuff up, blow some stuff up in your life. Now, listen. I had someone tell me that I'm a fire starter. I said, some say fire starter, some say ish starter. Whatever you want to call it, that's what I do. That's what my presence does. I am a disruptor. I am a disruptor automatically. It's who I am. It's how I'm wired. It's who God created me to be. Prophets come to disrupt. They don't come to go with the status quo. No, they come to tell God's truth. Shake up what needs to be shaken up so it can be changed. Mike said, I saw the chains falling, right? Like literally chains falling off of people's lives. I know we say break every chain, but we're not breaking the chains in the place where they need to be broken, and that's in the mind. The mind is where the battlefield is. Joyce Meyer talks about it. The word of God tells us, to keep our minds on those things that are good, pure, good report. Those are the things that we need to focus on. But see, it doesn't tell us how. And then it also talks about bringing captive your thoughts that are not in alignment with God, but we don't know how to bring them captive. We read the words, but we don't know how to do it. You're going to learn how to do it. And the thing that I love about the class is, yes, there are people who teach about the saboteurs and sabotage. The person who developed it, which I think it was definitely a gift from God. But there's something a little different about how I do it, right? You all know that. It's always going to be different. There's a prophetic twist. And not only is there a prophetic twist, but there's definitely a biblical twist to it. So I'm going to show you how it connects to the word of God, because we think that everything is separate and apart. But this is a tool that God has introduced me to help his people be free, so that you can take advantage of opportunities like growing your money weekly, so that you can take advantage of opportunities like starting a business, so that you can take advantage of opportunities like doing a class on something that you're really good at, writing your book, telling your story, singing your song, doing your CD, whatever that thing is that God deposited in you, that gift, right? That thing that is your ability to obtain wealth, like tapping into that. Like that's literally my assignment. Mike said disrupt is an understatement. Shut up, Mike. Jackie said it opened some doors for me, and I was able to understand and recognize why I did certain things. Sometimes we can't stop things, even though we know we should stop them, because we don't understand why we do them. So this class, when you learn your saboteurs, it's going to take you to where did that come from? And I'm going to ask some questions like, okay, what happened in your childhood that led you to be in this place? Or what happened in your life that put you here? Where have you seen this show up? And I'm super excited for part 2, because baby, y'all ain't seen nothing yet. Y'all thought part one was bomb. Oh, part two finna be application on overload. Do you hear me? Oh, we getting ready to do it. We getting ready to exercise our thriving mind. We're going to put it to work. We're going to get creative. We're going to help each other, and we're going to grow together, because that's what it's about. Growth together. I have a squad of people that are all growing together. And you know what I know? All of them are leaders. All of them are getting ready to change the world. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. The people that are drawn to my voice are typically the people who are leaders that are couched in following. You've been following because it's been safe and comfortable. But I have a lot of people who are leaders that have been following, and leaders who are ready to break through to the next level. Those are the people that I'm called to. But I'm called to leaders. I'm called to leaders. Now, I open myself to help everybody, but I'm telling you who really hears me and gets the most out of what I do and is able to apply it and take it to the next level is those people who are leaders. Now, you may not see yourself as a leader, but guess what? I said it earlier. Every one of us was created to dominate and exercise dominion in our life. Every single one of us is a part of our kingdom birthright. It's part of our kingdom birthright. And as such, when we tap into it and we understand that we are all CEOs of our own life, we are all the chief executive officer of our life. Now, listen, every CEO has a board and a board of directors. Our board of directors is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Baby, do you hear what I'm telling you? So the president of the board, the head of the board is God. Then we've got the Son of God, Jesus, Jesus, Yeshua. Okay. And then we've got the Holy Spirit. And that board guides you as a CEO. So when you need consultation, you go to the board, and the board gives you feedback on what it is that you want to do. Y'all listen. The board has been speaking to me. And as the board speaks to me, I speak to you. And I'm telling you, what God is getting ready to do this week, it's going to blow your mind when you tap into it. But you got to tap in. Look, you guys, I pray that this word that I've spoken has blessed you. Go register for the class. Get the VIP version. Upgrade to the VIP, because you're going to get a 1-hour one-on-one session with me. Now, that is a game changer. I even have a special promotion if you do class 1 and class 2 together this week, right? You can do both classes for $140. Normally, it would be $150 if you did them separate, right? If you do the VIP version, which includes a 1-hour session for each of the classes, right? So you do the VIP with that package, then you're going to be able to save money and have access to that one-on-one time. Or you could do it as a team, and 2 people can take the same class for $125, and it would regularly be $150. So partner up with somebody, register for the class, and make it happen. Why? Because you deserve that. You deserve to change your life. And on top of all of that, Afterpay is available, so you can make it in 4 payments through Afterpay. They approve you for the amount, and then you make sure that you have 1/4 of it in your bank, and they tap into that, and every 2 weeks you'll pay it off. But it is very much a worthwhile investment. If you want to change your life, do something different. Let me say that again for the people all the way in the back. If you want to change your life, do something different, and watch what God does. Look, you guys, I absolutely love you guys to death. Now, to life, right? Don't you hate when people say, I love you to death? Don't love me to death. I ain't trying to die soon, right? I love you guys to life, and life more abundant. Not just life, but life more abundant. The one that we have as a birthright as kingdom citizens, right? And I want to see you win. I want to see you win. Now, if this word blessed you and you just want to sow a seed, you're like, Dr. B, I don't want to take the class, but I want to sow a seed into you because this word blessed me. You absolutely can, simply by going to Cash App $DRV Walters, Cash App $DRV Walters, or PayPal.me/DRV Walters. Cash App $DRV Walters, or PayPal.me/DRV Walters, and you can sow into my life in that way. And this is what I'm going to tell you. Seed sown into my life yield a harvest. And this is the season to get that harvest, because we're in the time where the harvest is being celebrated. Look, you guys, I pray that you have a blessed, amazing, and incredible day. Corey said it best. Let's go. Be blessed. Mwah.